Wealth ensure absolute safety. At the heart of the tech world's debate sits Meta's leader Mark Zuckerberg. The billionaire has poured an astounding $43 million into his personal security over the last 3 years. Such a figure for many is nearly incomprehensible. Hello and welcome back to Lux Underground. This video aims to decode the intriguing paradox that's creating quite a stir. Join us as we provide an in-depth look into Zuckerberg's $1 million security and his complex relationship with public safety issues. Zuckerberg's personal security measures. Looking further into the security landscape of one of the world's most high-profile CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg's personal safety measures raise eyebrows and spark conversations. With Meta's leader seeing his personal security budget soar over the years, we might ask, just how costly can security be? In 2020, Zuckerberg's total security expenditure tipped the scales at over $23 million. The following year, this figure crept even higher to reach $25 million. Now in 2023, this already massive budget has seen a 40% hike, reaching a whopping $14 million from the previous $10 million allowance, according to recent disclosures to the Securities and Exchange Commission. The granular details behind the $43 million total security expenditure over the past 3 years might not be publicly available, but given this trend, we can make an educated guess. It's more than likely that Zuckerberg's security costs for this year will significantly surpass the allocated $14 million. The question beckoning is, why such an immense expenditure on personal security? The justification lies in the stature of Zuckerberg's role at Meta and his unconventional compensation practices. As Meta's founder, chairman, and CEO, he plays an important role, one that also attracts considerable attention and an array of threats. Interestingly, Zuckerberg's salary is a mere $1 a year, and he receives no bonuses, equity awards, or any other incentive compensation. As such, the heavy investment in his security, which is also regarded as other compensation, makes sense. Analyzing the scope of these costs, the budget caters to a comprehensive security infrastructure which extends beyond a few bodyguards and armored vehicles. The costs cover additional personnel, like a team of highly trained security professionals ensuring Zuckerberg's safety round the clock. They fund advanced security equipment, possibly including surveillance systems, encrypted communication devices, and perhaps even cutting-edge cybersecurity solutions. The allocation also covers services potentially including risk assessment, security consulting, and crisis management services. The budget accommodates residential improvements, likely translating to fortified walls, bulletproof windows, and state-of-the-art home security systems at Zuckerberg's residences. As Meta tightens its belt in many areas, the exception of Zuckerberg's personal security budget underlines its critical importance. These costs, Meta asserts, are not only for Zuckerberg's benefit, but are crucial for the company itself, given Zuckerberg's paramount role and the specific threats posed by his position. Zuckerberg's contributions to defend the police movements. As we probe further into Zuckerberg's substantial financial decisions, a contrasting image emerges. Away from his personal security bubble, Zuckerberg, alongside his wife Priscilla Chan, leads the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, CZI, a philanthropic organization set in motion in 2015. The core essence of CZI, to advance human potential and promote equality, reflects a seemingly contradictory stance when juxtaposed with Zuckerberg's hefty personal security expenses. Exploring the financial allocations of CZI, we discover sizable contributions to several organizations that actively support the Defund the Police movement. Among these beneficiaries is PolicyLink, a firm advocate for social and economic equity. In the mission to transform public safety, PolicyLink champions the defunding of police departments and proposes an innovative approach to redistributing these resources. Since its founding, CZI has donated over $3 million to this groundbreaking organization. The work of PolicyLink significantly centers around the strategy of defunding law enforcement agencies, advocating for a reallocation of these funds to alternative methods of ensuring community safety. They propose that by rerouting these resources to social services such as mental health programs, housing assistance, and education initiatives, we can more effectively address the root causes of crime and create safer, more equitable communities. This perspective positions PolicyLink at the forefront of the movement to rethink traditional models of public safety, a cause which has drawn significant financial support from CZI. PolicyLink, while significant, is not the only beneficiary of CZI's generosity. An additional notable contribution exceeding $2.5 million has been made to the Solidaire Network. This organization is a collective of philanthropists and investors striving to shape a world where everyone enjoys a fair share of wealth and resources. A cornerstone of their work is a bold program named Defund the Police for Funders. At its core, the Solidaire Network's program aims to dismantle traditional models of policing, advocating for the rerouting of funds from law enforcement agencies towards more community-driven social services. The underlying philosophy is that redirecting resources to address systemic issues like poverty, homelessness, and mental health, among others, can foster safer communities and diminish the perceived need for heavy police presence. Solidaire Network's program offers a challenging and innovative perspective on public safety, attracting significant support from the CZI. The influence of CZI extends locally, significantly affecting its immediate community. CZI's financial backing has propelled the movement for Black Lives, a coalition of 150 activist groups financially supported by the Solidaire Network, and impacted local social and economic policies. However, in the midst of these contributions to groups aiming to reduce police funding, a puzzle piece appears out of place. CZI has also been providing annual funding to a community group tied to the Redwood City Police Department, the same agency that patrols Meta's headquarters and CZI's offices in California. This seeming contradiction presents an enigma in the narrative of CZI's support for the Defund the Police movement. In this context, we witness the two ends of Zuckerberg's financial spectrum. On one end, an extensive personal security apparatus underlined by tens of millions of dollars, and on the other, substantial donations funneled into organizations vying to trim down police budgets. Public reaction and controversy. The public's response to Zuckerberg's stance on personal security, coupled with his contributions to organizations promoting police defunding, has been a hotbed of discussion punctuated with strong criticism. Among the general public, this dichotomy has fueled a perception of Zuckerberg as a figure embodying hypocrisy. Everyday citizens, facing daily realities of crime and social instability, questioned the implications of stripping funds from police departments when the billionaire tech mogul himself lavishly invests in his personal security detail. In the tech industry, criticisms have mounted, but the narrative isn't entirely negative. While some industry peers echo public sentiment, others argue that Zuckerberg's personal security measures are warranted given the inherent risks associated with his high-profile position. They maintain that his philanthropic endeavors through CZI are separate and should not be conflated with Meta's security expenditures. On the activist front, reactions are also mixed. Organizations like PolicyLink and Solidaire Network that have directly benefited from Zuckerberg's largesse stand supportive of CZI's efforts. However, other activist groups call out the dissonance in Zuckerberg's actions, arguing that the financial support for Defund the Police initiatives contradicts the massive personal security spending. Additionally, Meta's privacy controversies add another layer to the public's perception of Zuckerberg. The alleged mishandling of user data, with the Cambridge Analytica scandal being the most high-profile instance, has ruffled feathers within the tech industry and led to widespread mistrust among the general public. Such privacy breaches add a tarnish to Zuckerberg's reputation, further complicating the public image of the tech magnate. Analysis and implications. Looking at the high amount of money Zuckerberg spends on his own safety, while also supporting movements that want to decrease police funding, definitely raises eyebrows. It seems to some people like a double standard, a rich man spending millions on his own security while supporting less money for public police forces. To the critics, the dichotomy presents an unsettling picture: a billionaire insulated by a multi-million-dollar security cocoon, simultaneously advocating for a reduction in public law enforcement resources. This perception of hypocrisy fuels public skepticism about Zuckerberg's true intentions and raises questions about the inherent disparity between the elite and the everyday citizen. For the tech industry at large, this controversy highlights a pressing issue. As technology companies and their leaders gain increasing influence over our social fabric, their actions, decisions, and personal stances can have far-reaching implications. How these tech titans engage with social issues like police funding reform can shape public expectations and industry norms. It's an evolving dialogue about the industry's role in social justice initiatives and the extent of their responsibility towards public safety and social stability. Zooming back into the person of interest, Zuckerberg's decisions offer valuable insights into his personal belief system. His choice to invest heavily in personal security while endorsing defunding law enforcement could suggest a complex worldview. It may speak to his understanding of the threats associated with his role and status, contrasted with a belief in alternative community-oriented approaches to public safety. Regardless of interpretation, one fact is clear: these controversies and actions are not simply about Zuckerberg as an individual, but are symbolic of broader conversations about wealth, security, power, and the role of tech giants in societal issues. The tug-of-war between personal security and public policing. Zuckerberg's actions serve as an intriguing case study, balancing a staggering personal security budget against supporting the defund the police movement. He sparks potent discussions on social justice, power, and responsibility. As we look further into this complex web of tech dominance and societal influence, one question looms large: are the scales of safety and justice equally poised, or are they tipping in favor of the tech titans? Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting content on Lux Underground. Stay tuned.